Hi there. Today's practice is going to be a short, about 20 minutes practice, focusing on opening up through the side body. So we're going to do lots of side bends, some twists, a few little balancing poses. And this practice is going to be really, really nice for getting a bit of gentle energy going in the morning. So we're going to make a start in child's pose. Just coming to the back of your mat, big toes together, knees as wide apart as you would like, keeping hips toward your heels, walking your hands forward, just coming down gently, bringing your forehead onto the mat. And just taking a few breaths here to start to settle in at the beginning of your practice. Noticing how your body is feeling this morning. Paying attention to any little niggles, any points of tightness or compression. Allowing your hips to settle down towards your heels and taking a few deep breaths into the low back. Feeling the skin expand on the inhale and allowing yourself to relax a little bit more on the exhale. And throughout this practice, we're going to focus on moving really mindfully, just coordinating movement with breath, allowing ourselves to be present to the sensations in the body, any thoughts or emotions that come up, and giving ourselves lots and lots of compassion as we come into this practice today. There will be a few little challenges. Just see if you can just meet those challenges with compassion, noticing what your body's able to do, and paying attention to those little signs of stretching, of ease, and of renewed energy. Let's come forward onto our tummies, coming into sphinx pose. So bringing the forearms and the hands and the low body on the mat, spreading the fingers nice and wide, maybe bringing the feet ever so slightly wider than hip width apart, tops of the feet pressing down and pressing the forearms and the hands into the mat just so that you can pull your shoulder blades back. And thinking here about length rather than lift. So rather than trying to kind of press into the low back, instead we're trying to pull our chest, our sternum forward, looking straight ahead, whilst lengthening through the legs away from us. And coming into a few nice deep breaths here, just noticing how the upper back is feeling now. And if you are someone who works a lot at a desk, maybe punching over a laptop or a keyboard, does a lot of writing or using your phone, you might really notice a lot of tension through your mid and upper back. We tend to get quite stiff in these areas. So doing sphinx on a daily basis is a really, really nice pose for you, just to open up through the back a little bit. So let's bring our left forearm now across the mat at a kind of 45-degree angle, bringing the right fingertips behind you, and use that hand to lever yourself onto your left hip. Just adjust your stance so that you're balancing on this arm. You can use your right hand in front of you and just see if you can line the top hip up over the top of the right hip over the left hip, balancing your feet in a little side sphinx, and you can just drop into that shoulder a little bit to deepen the stretch through the side of the body. So starting to breathe into the side body now. See if you can really expand the sense of your breath through your rib cage, breathing side to side. Rolling back onto your tummy. We'll just go across to the other side. So right forearm now, rolling onto your right hip. Bringing your hips in line, balancing the feet, using that left hand as a little bit of a kickstand, maybe dropping into that shoulder a bit, just to expand that stretch through the right side of the body and breathing into the right rib cage. And calming back into your tummy, let's just pause one more breath here in Sphinx, see if you can get even longer. And then dropping down, just so that you can move your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up into all fours. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Thinking about spreading the fingertips wide. And we'll just go through a few rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chin and chest, looking ahead. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, pushing the mid back up towards the ceiling, broadening through the shoulder blades, dropping the head. Inhale, dropping. And exhale, pushing away. And just explore this cat-cow. You might want to make it a bit more mobile, moving backwards and forwards or side to side. You might want to stay quite still. You can also reach into the side body a little bit here. Remember, it's not how it looks, it's how it feels. But just explore through the whole length of your spine here. Making sure you're spreading through every part of the back. And then coming back to stillness. Drawing your tummy in here, we're going to come into thread the needle. So keeping your knees underneath your hips and your right hand for balance, just open up the left arm to the side, looking to the left, and then diving that arm underneath, bringing your shoulder and your ear down to the mat. You might need to adjust your stance, walking your fingertips, your right fingertips out, just to give yourself a little bit more of support. Settling into that twist and just bring those hips back towards the left a little bit, just to make sure that that twist is happening through the mid-back and upper back, that you're not twisting all the way from the hips. So we want to keep hips over knees. And starting to take a few nice deep breaths here. Now stay as you are in this twist. If you'd like to go a little bit further, we're going to bring that hand back down, planting the palm on the ground. Make sure that you're balanced, that your weight is evenly distributed. Then we're going to stretch that right leg out behind us and start to lift it up towards the ceiling, pressing the heel away as if you're pressing against a wall behind you. Nice long stretch through the side of the body, through the glute, through the hamstring. Take one more big breath and bring that knee back down, nice and controlled. Wherever you were, plant that right hand, pressing into the mat to lift the left hand up. See if there's a bit more space in the upper back now. Come back to center. We'll take one little round of cat-cow. Just to loosen through the back, and then we'll just take that to the other side. So find your stance again. We're going to open the right arm up towards the ceiling and then dive under, threading it through. Right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Walking those left fingertips out. And just shifting the hips slightly, finding your position, isolating that twist through the mid-back and upper back. And taking a few deep breaths here to begin with. Now stay as you are, or bring that hand back, planting it firmly. Bring that left leg out behind you, find your balance, and then lift that left leg up, pressing the heel away for you like you're pressing against a wall. Big, long stretch through the side of the body, activating through the glutes. One more breath here. And then bring the knee back down, controlled motion. Bring the left hand behind you to press yourself up, opening up that right arm, see if there's a bit more space. Coming back down, let's just walk the hands forward a little bit past the shoulders, spreading the fingertips wide. Tuck the toes and press the hips up. Find your down facing dog. Just to begin with, just stretch things out in your down facing dog. Pressing through the hands, pressing the seat up towards the ceiling, rolling the underarms in towards one another. Maybe walking out your dog a little bit. Again, you could find a really nice fluid movement through the hips here. Just feeling your way through the spine. And then come to settle in your downward dog for a moment. Let's take one big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Dropping the head down. You're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. Drop both feet over onto the left. So you're on the blades of the feet. You're going to come up on the right fingertips and just bend that left knee so that you can twist a little bit looking underneath your right armpit. Big breath into the right side of the body here. Nice big right side stretch. Come back to center. Re-find your down dog. And then up onto the tiptoes, drop to the right side. Lifting the left fingertips, bending the right knee to look under that left armpit. Big breath into the left side of the body. And calming back to center. One more big stretch here in your down facing dog. And then we're just going to start to walk the hands in, bringing the hands back towards the feet. Bend the knees a lot so that you're in this forward fold, nice and gentle. Let's just hold opposite arms, opposite elbows for a moment, giving a little bit of traction for the spine. Head is dropping down towards the mat. Big breath. Let it go. Release the arms, pressing into the feet. Big bend through the knees, curving the spine as you roll up really, really slowly. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last thing to come upright. And when you're up here in your mountain pose, just take a moment to adjust your stance. Feel into the balance in your feet, drawing up the quads, tucking the pelvis under. Shoulders are back and down, palms shining forward. Head is looking up and straight ahead. Feeling into your mountain pose. Let's bring the arms up above the head, looking up towards the hands for a moment. Interlace the fingers, just release the index fingers. Eyes looking forward again, arms on either side of your ears. On an inhale, just leaning over to the right, letting the left hip open to the left, maybe turning to look up to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, opening over to the right, side bend, looking up to the right. Moving back to center. Feel your fingertips pull you up even taller. Let's take that once again. Left hip out, leaning out, looking up maybe. Nice big side bend. Exhale, pulling up taller. Coming to the other side, right hip out. Nice long side bend down the right side of the body. Coming up, letting your fingers pull you even taller. Release the arms. Take a few shoulder rolls. Going in both directions. And let's little bend in the knee, lifting the arms up above your head. Palms come to touch. Exhale, spreading the arms wide, bending from the hips. Little micro bend in the knees, calming down, forward fold, drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins or onto your thighs. Feeling a nice stretch down the hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold again. Root to rise, press into the feet, rolling up slowly. Bringing the arms up above the head, looking up. And exhale, arms wide, bending from the hips again, rolling down. Halfway lift. Exhale, and this time let's walk the hands forward, calming back into your down facing dog. Just taking 3 breaths here, pressing through the down facing dog, pressing through your hands, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, nice long stretch through the whole body. Looking back between your feet. Let's bring the right leg up behind you, bend the knee, open the hip. Take a big stretch through the quads there, keeping the chest facing down towards the mat. Re-straighten that leg, bring it down. Let's go to the other side, left leg up. Bend the knee, open up the hip, stretching through the quads. Big breath, re-straighten that leg. Bring it down next to the left. One more stretch here. On the exhale, come forward, knees to the mat. Walk the hands forward a little bit so you can shift your body forward. Slowly lowering yourself down. Inhale, little cobra. Pressing the hands, the feet into the mat. Shoulders back, head up. Exhale, coming down. And come back up onto all fours. Take a moment to adjust your stance here. We're going to stretch the right leg back behind us. Just for a moment, just press into the calf. Give yourself a little bonus calf stretch. And then we're going to roll onto the flat of that foot, shifting our weight over onto a left hand and left knee and left hip. And I'm letting my left foot come behind me like a little kickstand. Bring the right arm up and over. One long straight line from fingers to toes. Big long side body stretch. Shift your arms so that your fingertips are pointing up towards the ceiling. Shift your weight a little bit more onto that left hand and start to lift that leg up. So we're in balancing side plank now. So using your glutes, holding that leg, pressing the heel away from you like you're pressing against a wall. Stay here, or if you would like, bring that foot in towards your glutes. Reach your hand back, take hold of that foot. Coming into a little back bend, keeping the knee, the hip and the foot all in line at the same level. Big breath into the side of the body, into the quads and the shoulder. Letting it go, coming back into your balancing plank. Bringing that foot down, rotate to face the front, back into all fours. Take a moment. And then we'll go to the other side. So stretch the left foot behind you, pressing into the calf. First of all, little calf stretch. And then roll that foot so it's flat to the mat. Coming up onto right hand, right knee, right hip. Stretching that left arm up, fingertips to foot. Long stretch, breathing into the side of the body. Now bring the fingertips up, pointing towards the ceiling. Shift the weight forward a little bit and start to lift that left leg, using the glutes and pressing through the heel. Balancing here. Stay here or come into your bind, taking hold of that foot, knee, hip and foot all at the level. Little back bend, opening up through the front and side of the body. Letting it go. And calming out in a controlled manner. Foot down, twisting to the front, bring everything back together. Let's come back, hips to heels. Little seed child's pose, letting the forehead and the arms come down to the mat. Few nice deep breaths here. Allow your heart rate to come back to normal. And feeling into the difference in your body from doing these little energizing stretches. Check in with those points of tension. Are they feeling any looser? How are you feeling about yourself after taking on those little balancing challenges? Let's bring our hands down to the mat. Pressing your hands into the mat to roll up slowly. And coming to find a seat. I'm just going to finish with a little seated twist. I'm just going to overcross here. You can just stay in like an easy cross-legged position if you like. But I'm just going to bring the right foot crossing over the left knee, planting that foot down onto the mat. Nice straight spine. Just hug that knee in towards the chest. Right fingertips behind. Find length first and then turn into the twist. Breathing into the left side of the body here. Noticing if there's a bit more space from when we started our practice. And coming back to center, let's just take that to the other side. Drawing that knee in, fingertips behind, nice and tall, and opening to the left. And coming back to the front, just find an easy cross-legged position. Settling your hips onto the mat, shoulders back and down, head up. We're just going to finish with a little energizing breath practice. So I'm going to bring my index finger and my middle finger in between my eyebrows. And I'm going to use my thumb and my ring finger to alternately block my nostrils. Take a big breath in and exhale fully. And then block the left nostril and breathe in through the right. Block the right nostril with your thumb, release the left nostril and exhale through the left. Block the left nostril, unblock the right and breathe in. Block the right, open the left and exhale. So we're doing a little circle in through the right and out through the left. We're just going to keep that circle going for about 10 rounds, going at your own pace. So inhale right and exhale left. Inhale and exhale. About halfway. after your last round, come to stillness, breathing normally. If your eyes were closed, blinking them open, taking a moment to orientate to the space, checking in with your body and with your energy levels. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Thank you for practicing with me today.